What? Good heavens, this is the cutest keyboard I've ever seen? And I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's just cute. It's an Airhead. It doesn't have any performance. Stop talking about me. We're talking about the keyboard, remember? But what if I told you that the cutest keyboard ever might also be one of the best? Oh, I'm sorry. You don't believe me? Listen to this. Oh, it talks. But that's not all, because that keyboard was entirely stock. No mods, no nonsense, and did I mention it's less than $100 US? Yeah, let's get into it. Howdy hey, I'm Hippotech, and I just ate a Costco-sized box of macarons all by myself. Yes, I have a tummy ache, and I'm being very brave right now. And in my quest to find the best budget keyboards, a lot of weird stuff ends up in my mailbox. And I'm looking at you, Jester451, sending me feet pics will not get you a free keyboard, please stop. But this keyboard ended up in my mailbox, and I thought, okay, this box is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. It literally says cake keyboard on it. It's my favorite color of purple. What could go wrong? And it's from Yunzi, a brand that I've worked with quite a lot, but they're not sponsoring this video, by the way. I just really liked this keyboard and felt like I needed to show you guys. And the cuteness does not end there, because let's start with the cute little price tag, which is currently $91.99, so I'm just gonna call it $92, which makes it less than $100 US. And if you're new to keyboards, that's a really good price point for some of the features we're gonna be looking at. But what are some of those features? Well, first you get okay, there's literally a mouse pad in the box. That's a bit unhinged. And you also get a very cute colored cable, a couple switches, and keycaps. Also, for some ungodly reason, a note. Oh, what's in this note, you might ask? And a sheet of stickers. They are literally just cute maxing over here. Like, I am here for it. Y'all, I'm here for it. Looking at the keyboard itself, you might notice that this is a 75% keyboard. And it is also, yeah, it's cute. We're gonna stop saying that. Love it or hate it, there's no numpad, but it does have everything else that you might need with a full F-row and arrow keys. And something's a bit off here with the case. Like, there's a full silicone thick, slightly translucent layer going on here. Wait, the whole thing is a macaron with the little cat face and ears? And wait, let me flip it around. It's got a tail and feet. Okay, yeah, it's really cute. Now, starting with the build quality. This thing is actually built shockingly well. It's got a plastic frame with these silicone accents in it that make it so the keyboard is like incredibly weighted and dampened, and also very stylized, because if you turn on the RGB, yes, this thing is wireless as well. Oh wait, where's the dongle, you might ask? It's in the feet! Oh, not just that, it looks like a little fish? Are you kidding me? Why, whose idea was this? Anyways, when you turn on the RGB, the board has fine RGB performance, but then the side of it shines through really, really nicely. So you get a shiny macaron interior. I guess you see why I referenced eating 36 macarons earlier. Now I know what you're thinking, Hippio, but purple isn't my favorite color. Well, guess what? It also comes in blue and beige, which is arguably more of like a cream, and pink, which is way too bright for me, but somebody might like it out there. But not just that, the keycaps are even stylized to fit each color of the case, with a gradient running across them that, to me, is a little bit too much, honestly. I feel like I would have liked a more simple version, but they did something nice and artistic rather than just the standard boring custom mechanical keyboard gamery type thing. However, the keycaps are relatively good quality, being dye-sub PBT'd, they're very thick, and they are a weird profile that some of you might not like. They call these MOA profile keycaps, and the whole entire row sits at 9.8 millimeters with no difference between the row. And they all have this little scoop in them that makes them relatively comfortable to type on, but there's no height difference between the row, so that's gonna take quite a bit of getting used to. Unless you're used to typing on a laptop keyboard, then it's kind of the same type of vibe, just elevated. However, if you don't like these keycaps, you could just pull them off. In fact, if you don't like these switches, you can also pull them out because this board is hot swappable. That's just, they've got everything going here. Oh, did I mention that the eyes of the cat get red if it's low on battery and green if it's full charge? The eyes change, they're just thinking of everything. However, you know how I mentioned that you could swap out the switches? You're not going to want to, because these built-in linear switches, the Yunzi Candy linear switches, are genuinely incredible. They feel like typing on a cloud and they sound amazing. Like, I'm trying to find out things to nitpick here. And you know what? The first thing I can nitpick is that they don't give you a tactile switch option. There you go. There's a big nitpick. It's only linear. You know what? Bonus nitpick. Let's just go all in here. It's also pretty hard to mod this keyboard because you don't have screws or a magnet or a ball clasp closure. It just uses clips in the case, and you have to use a pry tool to pry this whole entire thing open, which risks breaking the plastic or messing up the silicone. But to their credit, they've done all the modding that you could possibly want to do to this thing. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of dampening in this thing. Sorry, I had to count to 5 there. And the stabilizers were already very, very well lubed, meaning that this keyboard didn't rattle when I typed on it, although I guess your mileage could vary. Ooh, but we've got a bonus nitpick. Yep, third thing wrong with this keyboard that actually might be the biggest deal breaker for most of you. The software just straight up didn't work for me. My anti-malware told me that this was malware, and I was like, all right, let me just go ahead and allow this through my firewall. And then the website still didn't work. So theoretically, it's supposed to run a web utility that's going to allow you to reprogram this board and do macros and all of that. But it just straight up didn't work for me. This might be fixed in the future. It might not be fixed in the future. But a lot of the hotkeys are already on the board, and they have a good thing that tells you all the hotkeys. So in general, you get a lack of customization here as the consumer because it's hard to mod the board. You can't really customize the software. But they already did all the customization for you. It's a freaking cake that looks like a cat, and the keycaps are adorable, and it's also lubed. Oh, and did I mention they have a version of this keyboard that is a literal cat and 65%, and also a panda, and the whole case is made out of silicone? What? Yeah, if you want to see this, please leave a comment, and I'll do a follow-up video, because who wouldn't want to see a silicone cat panda keyboard? And maybe I'll make a version of this that's a hippo. Leave a comment for that. Get subscribed. So yeah, you know, at first I thought I was gonna hate this keyboard. I was like, of course it's gonna be one of those cute little guys, and it's gonna sound terrible, and they're gonna cut a million corners. But then Yunzi pulled through here. It might look like a toy, but this thing performs like any other custom keyboard around $100-ish. In fact, I even think it sounds better than some fancier metal ones. Which kind of gives me that like weird you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about kind of thing. Like, oh boy, you spent $200 on a custom mechanical keyboard? Well, this little meow meow cake keyboard sounds and feels better. How do you feel? Do you feel emasculated? Do you feel like meow meow cake keyboard is superior? I kind of do actually, yeah. But let me know in the comments, what do you think of this keyboard? Is this super silly? Am I just obsessed with it because it's cute and I've been brainwashed? I don't know, let me know.
Alright, so guys, there's 2 sets of teamers in my server. This is really bad. We've got the new summer weapons though. We're gonna beat them. Here's the teamers right here, the first set. I think it's just them. Oh!
Okay, did I do something wrong? Like, why is this person's head so small? You know, some days I wonder why I even do this, because what's the point of teaching you guys everything that I know when 6.7 million of y'all are gonna go and watch this and do this? Do half at a time? Oh! Dude, I've never had a tutorial piss me off like this during a shoot. Hi there, welcome. Today I'm going to be forgetting everything I know about art and trying to learn how to draw a face from TikTok art tutorials. I've got a few tutorials saved up here, and I've got very high hopes for this one. About as high as sea level. Now let's start off with the most popular tutorial. This one has 6.7 million views. Oh my god. Now this result here is kind of cute, but if the comments are anything to go by, I don't think we should have very high hopes for this. Oh god. Is this okay, girl? Are you okay? All right, let's try it out, okay? First off, you start off with a circle. I feel like every single face tutorial has started with a circle so far, and you draw a line in the middle. And then for the next step, you're gonna... What is this? You're gonna draw a little... Is that a box? Kind of looks like a hot air balloon. You add a few attachments. Oh yeah, boom. Look at that. We are in Turkey. Next, you've got a cross. Oh my goodness, that would a shock. Who would have seen that coming? Okay, let's draw a cross right across our hot air balloon. And then the jaw. And that attaches to the little box. I really don't get this little box on the chin, but you know, I'm willing to work with it, okay? Let's draw a line underneath this line. That'll be probably our eye line. Oh my god. Holy sh! How are you gonna measure out all of these vertical spacings but not measure out the horizontal ones? Okay, well, I'm just gonna copy exactly what I see in this video, which is one eye is longer than the other. Okay, we'll do that. All right, guys. Well, there we go. Very promising so far. Let's see. What's the next step? You add more bangs. Crazy. Like, do we not want to add more detail to the eyes and the face first? Why are we doing the hair right now? It's ridiculous, man. It's like trying to poo before you've eaten. Oh god. Okay, next step we've got okay, top lids. So we're gonna erase away some of these guidelines and then we're gonna apply the top eyelids, and they're supposed to be like humongous. Okay, there we go. Get some eyelashes on there. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, and then just shade the eyes. All right, we'll just do that. Yeah, fine. You know what? Fine. And then you draw in the nose, which is this little ball shape like that. I'm crying, bro. What even changed? Are these two not the same pictures? Oh! Okay. All right. Next up, we've got the mouth. Draw a little dark line here. Extend that dark line a little bit longer. And then you draw... Oh my god, okay. The lips. They real big. And then you shade the lips. I mean, you know, the thing is, I really don't mind it. Set of big lips, you know. I think big lips, thick lips, full lips, it can be very, very beautiful. But sometimes, you know, you all right, and then you erase away the guidelines. Let's get rid of the guidelines here. You're telling me 6 million people were misled by this video? Oh yeah, good. Yeah, it's beautiful. You know, some days I wonder why I even do this, because what's the point of teaching you guys everything that I know when 6.7 million of y'all are gonna go and watch this and do this? Look at these comments. Oh, no, that's not bad actually. Oh, they're all like this. Oh my god, I'm taking physical damage. My HP is going down. I can't. This is too high cortisol for me. So there you go, guys. There's our first face tutorial. Absolutely do not follow this. Okay, I don't think I even need to say that. If I catch you following along with this tutorial, I'm gonna personally come over there and shove my fist so far up your ass. That is a big does not pass. Now let's try this next one. How I draw faces, okay? So you start off once again with a circle and a cross. But this one seems to be a little bit different. So we start with the circle and let's draw in the cross about halfway. And I'm noticing this person's using a couple of markers here. So there's one up here and one down here. And then another one just below the circle for the chin, which is then gonna attach to the jaw. Holy shit, slow down, bro. So let's add in another marker just down here and then connect that to the jaw. There we go, okay? And then let's draw the lines across these markers. And now I see what this person is doing here, because you can see the front of the face now is divided into 3 equal thirds. Oh my goodness. I love seeing these measurements. That brings me a lot of joy. You can see the ears sit within the middle of that measurement. So let's draw in the ears. And then we'll draw in the neck, which kind of starts roughly where the jaw ends. Now next, we've got the eyes right along this middle line here. And they're kind of massive. They go all the way to the end of the face. Now, even though they are huge, I do notice that the space between the eyes is equal to about the length of one eye. So it looks like they're doing something right here. Oh wait, hold up, this looks kind of good. Oh, hang on. Okay, all right. Unk is cooking. We'll add in a little bit of rendering for the nose, this one tiny shadow. And then roughly at the halfway point between the nose and the chin, you're gonna get a little opening for the mouth. There we go, there's my face. There's the tutorial's face. Next up, we got the eyebrows just above the eyes, and then we can start drawing in the hair. Okay, did I do something wrong? Like, why is this person's head so small? I guess you gotta add hair. This is more of like an anime style. So let me just add my hair. You know, despite the fact that I still feel like there's something wrong with this, this is actually not a bad tutorial, especially if you're trying to draw in like a more anime style. I guess I just usually don't draw in this particular style, so it looks a little bit off. Or maybe if we just add a little bit more volume to the hair, it'll work. There we go. That's pretty tough. That's actually pretty good. This one gets my seal of approval if you're trying to draw in a more anime style. Even though this one doesn't follow the 3 equal thirds rule for the facial feature measurements, I still think this works really well. Green flag. Good job. I actually quite like that one. So next up, we've got how to draw a girl's face / head. Now, I wouldn't get your hopes up for this one because that is the final result. Now let's see how they got there. As always, we begin with a faint circle. You add a little line for the chin. Let's join these shapes up just like how they do it in the tutorial. Okay, just like that. Boom. A little lemon. Rub it out. What are we rubbing out? Let's not do that, huh? We're in the middle of drawing here. So then you're gonna add a vertical guideline and then 2 lines at the top. And in these 2 lines, no, this is beautiful. This is a great example of exactly what I preach never to do, which is draw out and detail out an entire eye first without even touching the other one. We're getting straight rage baited here, but you know what? We're gonna follow this down to the T. I'm gonna try to use some of my artistic skill here to try to help this tutorial along a little bit. There we go. There's our first eye. Now you draw the next one. Oh my God, look at the spacing between these 2 eyes. That's friggin' horrendous. Look guys, this is probably the simplest rule in all of art, okay? If you're drawing a portrait, just make sure the space between the eyes equals the length of one eye. Doesn't matter how stylized your character is, doesn't matter if you're drawing anime or realistic, just make sure that rule applies. And it's gonna save you years and years of headache. I seriously don't get why this concept isn't ingrained in all of our minds by now. All right, there we go. Look, this actually doesn't look half bad. I'm not even gonna lie. Due to my, incredible artistic abilities. Oh God. Add this for the bottom of the nose. The hell is that? That kind of looks like a smile, doesn't it? Like you could just add the little eyebrows, add a little nose right there. Oh, it's so cute. All right, let's take this seriously. Okay, there's the nose. Add these lines. Are you out of your mind? This video is perfect because it's exactly everything that I preach never to do. Okay, when you're drawing a nose from the front, you do not want to add these lines. They'll make your character look super cartoonish. All right, our character's looking quite beautiful. Next up, you've got draw your mouth. I rushed. No, I couldn't tell. It goes like this, and then we're supposed to rush it a little bit and make it a little sausage. This is essentially everything that you don't want to do. You never want to outline the lips with a hard outline like this, okay? Again, because that just makes your character look completely cartoonish. Next up, you go, oh. You're kidding me, bro. How many views does this video have? 2.1 million views? Guys, what are we doing? This is another thing that I tell you guys never to do is when you're drawing something hairy, you don't want to draw all the individual hairs like this, okay? You just want to treat it as a shape. And I just realized we missed another really big step here, which is the centipede eyelashes. All right, there we go. Now, all better. Make your hair tip go up and down. What does that even mean? Go up and down and rub one out. What are you talking about? God, do half at a time? Oh! Dude, I've never had a tutorial piss me off like this during a shoot. All right, 1 hair at a time, 1 half at a time. How does this have 2 million views? Is this what I gotta do, guys? Do I need to start making tutorials like that? You know what? That's actually a good idea. That'll be my next video. I'm actually just gonna make a tutorial like this. Oh, what is that, a beard? Let's go up and down, rub it out. This tutorial don't got much going for it, but I'll give you one thing. It's really taking me back. It's making me quite nostalgic. Makes me feel like a 3-year-old again. It's nice. That's it. That's the final step. We're not even gonna draw the neck. There we go. There's our final result. So I'm gonna give this tutorial a solid 10 out of 10 for teaching you everything that you're not supposed to do. Now, granted, a kid probably made this tutorial, so we should go easy on the kid. Now, am I going to? Hell no. We need to shame each other again. This is ridiculous. Next up, we've got how I draw faces step by step. Now, if this result is anything to go by, this one might be actually pretty promising, okay? So first off, we start with a circle. Can we change it up a little bit next time, guys? Let's add a box or something. Okay, there's a cross. Now, next up, we've got nose guidelines and jaw. So the nose is like 3 little balls right there. 1, 2, 3 little balls and a jaw. Next up, okay, some guidelines. So number 1, you got to draw a line through the sharp jaw points. This will be the lip guideline. Okay, interesting. Split the area above the nose into 2 sections, but section 1 should be a little smaller than section 2 as shown. Okay, so section 1, small, section 2, big. There we go. Oh, okay, we're getting quite complex here. So the nose is going to have vertical lines coming down like this. And then from the points of the jaw, you're going to have guidelines going up. Oh, I see what you're doing here. This is it's pretty good. You sneaky little ear guidelines and lip guidelines. Oh my God. Oh, I see what you're doing here. This is actually pretty good. I'm not even going to lie. Oh, Yeah, okay. So here in this first set of boxes, we're going to draw in the eyebrows. In this second lower set of boxes, we're going to draw in the shape of the eyes. And I think the bottom lid rests on this line right here. Now that actually looks pretty good. And then let's draw in the shape of the nose based on the 3 little balls that we've drawn before. And now from the sides, right here, we'll draw in the opening for the mouth. Next up, erase the guidelines. Hold on a minute. Why am I kind of shocked at how good this looks? Next up, we've got the details of the features. Yeah. So we're adding some shading to the eyes here, and then we're going to add in some shading to the lips as well. Ooh, hold on, guys. We're cooking. You know, and I really like, of course, that this tutorial decides to lay out all of the placements of the facial features before adding in the details. Step number 10, we gotta add hair. You know, I don't even think we need to add hair to this character. It already looks very good. And there she is after a little bit of hair has been added. I really like this tutorial. I didn't think I was gonna like it this much, but somehow all of the measurements here, especially during this step, actually ended up working out perfectly. This one works, okay? This one's got my seal of approval. If you like drawing faces in this kind of a semi-realistic style, 10 out of 10 this works. Fantastic. Thanks for giving me some hope again. Let's end on a positive note there, guys. While I still have a shred of sanity left, please subscribe if you guys want to see more art related content. I appreciate every single one of you clicking that subscribe button and sticking around to be with Unc during his final days on planet Earth. I'm getting up there in age, guys. I don't have much time left, so if you have commitment issues, don't worry, I'll be gone soon. Please check out my Patreon if you guys want to see monthly art tutorials that are 40+ minutes long, and I have a 20+ tutorial video backlog right now. Plenty of videos for you guys to binge on instead of short form stupid content. That being said, guys, thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Amy says, why do hold it like this? That gives me a lot of hope for the next generation to know that the kids still realize what the right and wrong way to hold a pencil is, despite the fact that they're no longer literate. All right, here we go again. Ah, Jesus Christ, what are you doing? Why are your pants down? What is going on? What is that smell? Are you on the toilet? Are you dropping a turd? God, shame on you. Guys, look at this. You guys see that? God, that is vile. All right, guys, now that we freaked out about 30% of the people watching this video from the toilet, let's go and take a look at some TikTok art tutorials. Maybe we'll figure out why the Americans want to ban this app.
I used to draw just like this person. Look what they're doing. They do a circle and they do the guidelines right on top of the circle, and then they draw the chin line. But actually, you could do the circle and then the chin line, and the horizontal line should divide the whole face,
yes,
and not just the top circle. And this is where the eyes should be. Right on top of this line, you should fit 4 eyes. So 1, 2, 3, and 2 halves on the sides. So they are doing the eyes under the line instead of on top of it. And the mouth is right underneath this circle that we drew in the beginning, right? I usually draw the nose at the bottom of the circle, so we have enough space for the mouth and chin. I divide this space right here in 3, and then the middle section right here is where the mouth should be. Actually, it should be a little bit higher because usually we have a chin that's like a little bit bigger than this space.
Okay, good.
But
good.
like just
yes.
for study, we can do like this.
No.
Also doing the hair like on top of everything and leaving like 2 little space for the forehead. What you can do instead is grab this whole face and...
Dude, I feel like this video makes me feel like I'm 4'11" at a concert trying to look over somebody's shoulder. The head is so big. Please shrink your head a bit.
look at like the middle line